This is my life with albinism.
Now, this is my life with albinism.
And this is my life with albinism.
Oh,
Okay.
you mentioned the key word, love. So let's move on to romantic or intimate relationships.
Oh.
How did your albinism play a part in your dating pool? And who dated you or who
Back then, they didn't want me.
No matter, I said
They didn't want me.
did that. Then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They know me.
I want to hear Dell's perspective first.
Okay. So for me, my perspective is probably going to be a bit different, right, from guys to girls. But for me, having albinism, it actually hindered my dating ability because I had situations where women would actually tell me, like, yeah, you're cute, but I don't know if I would date you because you look so different. I don't want to deal with getting all the stares and all of that negative attention when I'm around you. You know, so that definitely happened a lot. And then there was a few circumstances. It didn't happen often, but there was a few circumstances where it would be the exact opposite, where you come across a woman that's like, oh my God, I think albinism is sexy. Oh my God, you look so good. You know what I mean? So I had both scenarios happen, but for the most part, dating earlier on in life, like in early teens, and around that time, that's when it kind of hindered it a bit more, because I look so different, and a lot of women wasn't really able to accept that or didn't want all the stares that came behind it. But then later on within adulthood, then that kind of faded out because at that point you're not going to talk to somebody that cares that much about appearance anyway. So then it fades out.
I've
That's
heard that
my
from a
personal
lot of,
experience.
I've heard that from a lot of guys with albinism, Dale. Like I was talking to another guy, Dale, and another guy, Mello, and they said the same thing. Like they would get, and I never really knew that this perspective, I never thought about it from the men to women, where women couldn't necessarily handle the pressure of dating someone different. Because from my perspective at least, the men ate it up. Like the men were like, what? Oh,
Yeah, the man's like, oh, she exotic.
oh,
She
you
exotic.
different. Let's do it. Like, oh, I like this. Like,
Yes,
let's
Curtis.
so I don't know. Like that's interesting. But when I was younger, I was really, really shy and all that. So I was kind of weird in that aspect. I think I grew out of my weirdness when I was in like the 10th grade. And I was, sliding on these men.
Oh, shit. Shit. I can't. Oh my gosh.
Anybody else did any like Risha, how was dating having albinism? Like how was that for you?
I felt like I had a target on my back. Like everybody was trying to. I don't know if they were just trying to get me or trying to get it, but
Maybe a little bit of both.
I wasn't dealing with nobody because of that. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, you do have to go through that. The weird, people just want to do it to say that they, took down an albino girl. That definitely
Right.
exists.
I never
That
had
exists.
that. I never
I
had
have.
that. No, I'd say I was just very insecure about my nystagmus. So I really didn't really you know, try to deal with too many guys. I'm just like, listen, but now I give them the full disclaimer. Listen, I'm blind.
I'm not.
Let me find you. You come approach me. I can't. Oh, I'm over here. No, baby. No, walk up to me. I can't see. So, and like when I say like my eyes move and my head moves, don't be alarmed. I'm not really saying no to your question. I'm just concentrating heavy. That's really all it is. But I know guys was cool. Like I had no problems in that area. No.
So for all of you guys, was it similar to that where more guys actually wanted you because of your albinism because they viewed it as something exotic? Is that the same case for all of y'all?
No.
I've had those situations, but I've also had the opposite, similar to what you said, guys being uncomfortable being with me because I was different. Um,
Okay.
I had guys that like really wanted to talk to me, but they had family members even that would pick on them or kind of call him out, if you will, for dating somebody like me. And he would tell me, like, he would express, how it made him feel. And so I walked away from him ultimately because I was like, listen, I can't change who I am. So I can't force anybody to like me or even try to understand or be,
Accepting
not
what
even ignorant
Mhm.
in a sense. But, like, I'm me and I love myself more than anybody.
Take it or leave
Well,
it.
Amen.
yeah, what I'm saying? And I have to because, I can't change this. Like, you gotta talk that up with God. Ask him why, And so I never really had like, I've had the guys, like you said, that just wanted to say they got an albino chick. But no, I was smart in that sense. Like, I've always had a steady relationship in my life.
Okay.
And now that I'm married, I don't really have that issue at all. So it's like,
Now, what
um
about you, Q? You haven't said nothing about this.
I mean,
She said back then they didn't want to.
I get, and I think it is the same reason. When you're younger, especially in high school, you legit care about what people think. Like, you're a
Oh,
child.
Mm-hmm.
You care
Mm-hmm.
about opinions. You care about how you
Mm-hmm.
that
look. So of course you don't want to be the person dating the different
The
individual.
different
Yeah,
girl.
the
different individual.
The different girl.
So I get a lot of those inboxes like, "Oh, I used to like you back in high
Bruh,
school.
Yeah, I get
Oh,
those.
talk
I
about it,
used to
Q. I
see
thought you
you
was
in
so cute in
cute
high
and
school, but
da
I
da
always
da."
you
wanted to
so
say
Like,
funny.
something. Y'all keep that high
I ain't never
school
keep
wanted
that
to say
energy.
nothing.
same energy you
Oh my
had
Keep
god.
in
that
high
same
school, honey. Keep
energy.
that
Mm-mm,
same energy you had in high school
mm-mm.
because,
I'm on a whole different type of energy now.
and I think now, I will not now. Even in my 20s, maybe in my 20s,
That girl.
um, like I in my 20s, I had one relationship, which was my kid's dad. But even like before that and after that, I felt like it was kind of people wanting to talk to me just to see what it's like to knock down a chick with
See
albinism,
what it's hitting for.
right?
Mm.
Like, I
Mhm.
got those, oh, it's always been my fantasy and this and that.
Oh
And I'm
yeah,
like, first of all,
yeah,
I'm not here
girl.
to help you live out your personal fantasies. Smash
But
my face.
listen,
Girl,
y'all,
I've gotten
I
that
will say
so
this.
much.
I will
I
Is
say
that
had
this.
is
one
that so bad
today.
though?
Yes.
No, I
Listen,
mean,
I it's flattering.
from another
Ugh.
perspective,
just don't be
even that's just
obsessive.
that's just talking about the other person dating, but also too, by us all being African American, we all black, right? And we all will date black counterparts. But
Mhm.
then the reaction that you get from the outside people
Ooh,
when they see
girl.
us with our black men, or maybe even you deal with a black woman, like, those reactions is it's what's more effective than the actual person, like, actually trying to date, is dating when in the outside world looking at you.
Mhm.
Because, like, my husband is a dark skinned man with dreads. He's from Miami, so he wear golds in his mouth sometimes. And then we're out together and people are looking at us, especially now where we live, and it's like, why he with that white girl, kind of, you know what I mean?
But
Like, and I'm not
that's
Interracial
saying
that's
she's a
up
relationship.
full
there
black woman,
though.
but the
Mhm.
stares, and again, the
That's fair.
misinformation or the miseducation, and it's
Mhm.
like, you see it. And honestly, I don't really see it now as much because I become blind to it. But
Hmm.
my husband can see it. Other people, when we out, they what they looking at? Why they staring at you like that? You know what I mean? Like, other people who aren't used to seeing it or used to being
Mhm.
out with me, when they catch it fast enough, and I'm like, what you talking about? Oh, they said they was looking. Oh, child, I don't know. Like, I
Because you'll
That
never
happens
go
to me all the
nowhere or do
time.
nothing if you're worried
yeah,
about
like,
somebody staring
Yeah,
at you. You'll never
mhm.
go
but
anywhere.
down here,
But that is
it's
definitely a
not
part of
like
dealing with
that.
dating.
Like,
Huh?
yeah, like I noticed that, like down here, I think because it's such a melting pot, I like to call it. There's so many different
Mm-hmm.
people you find in
Yeah.
Miami. Like, you don't get the stares that you would like when I did just take a little a slight vacation a while back to Georgia. And yo, it was so because the guy that I went, he's this nice, handsome chocolate dude.
Ooh.
He's saying he had the dreads. Ooh, child. But anyway, um,
You see now she got a whole lot to say about this chocolate man.
we're out. We're at the aquarium, and like it's just the stairs, like
Mhm.
people looking at us, and like mostly from our sisters,
Going to say it.
Yes,
Going to say it.
yes.
from our sisters. You know what
They
I'm
do.
saying?
They get
Going to say
so
it. Black women.
mad.
Black
Mm.
women.
Black women have, unfortunately, this kind of, I don't, they
Attitude.
Mm.
attitude. And then they get mad when you say that, but it's the truth. Like, black women
But
have
I
this
It's
think
our
if you
truth.
know
attitude.
better, you do better. And I don't think a lot of people know better.
They sure don't.
Right.
I think
No.
that could be
So,
it. And
like,
I
I'll
think
say this
too for
because
like the whole situation of being out and stuff. For me, if y'all know me, I'm all rainbows and butterflies. I don't focus on anything that doesn't make me feel good. So it could be happening, and maybe I'll acknowledge it, but I'm not gonna focus on it. So I don't see it
Mhm.
like it's not. I'm pretty sure there's people staring at me and saying things or whatever, but I don't see it. I'm not letting that in my bubble. So
Your
kind
tunnel
of
vision. It's like
yeah,
it's there,
yeah,
but I ain't paying no mind.
yeah, I kind
yeah.
of feel like that's more of a personality trait than as far as like dealing with my struggles with albinism. But also, I was also always comfortable with my albinism because of my upbringing.
Because you grew up with it. So
Because you grew up with your parents.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
when
that's
I
an
hear
And
y'all,
invaluable
you had
thing to have.
someone that literally from birth that you connected with.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and see, Gabby, you're lucky in that sense because since your mother, the person that we first identify with,
shout
looks
out to
just like
mommy.
you, you were able to just have this natural confidence that we kind of had to find
We had
because
to
We
find.
had to grow
because
into it.
like
Hmm.
our differences outside is something, but when you differ within your own family too, that
Mhm.
also feels kind of out of place at times because even when our families don't mean to, sometimes they may say certain things to us
Mhm.
as a joke or saying it
Hmm.
insensitive, oh, you can't see, or just the
Mhm.
things that they say to us and they don't know that it's effective and it hurts just
Mhm.
the same as
Hmm.
if they somebody on the outside or probably even more because they're family. So it's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah. My
when I
family
look
has
at my
high
mom, she
standards.
doesn't look like me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like I have to find, in a sense, another way to connect with her. Like I know she's my mother, but when I look at her and I look at my dad, we don't look alike. You know what I mean? So it was always that questioning, is that your mama? Like you know how that can really mess with someone's brain. That's not your
Yes.
mama. That's not your
Yeah.
daddy.
And now I
You
have
know,
a
it's
question
like,
for you and Q, because y'all have children who are melanated.
Mellow.
So
yes.
how is
The minute.
that? Is it the same? Does it feel like you're just in a
Oh,
different pair
first
of
of
shoes,
all,
opposite pair of shoes?
my
Ooh.
daughter gonna check anybody, right? Don't call her mama white. My mama not white, she albino. But before she knew how to say albino, my mama not white, she Obama. Don't play with her.
Uh-huh.
So my baby would check it. Both of them, honestly, they will check anybody about it because we've talked about it, and sometimes they even say things like, "Mommy, I wish I was albino. I wish I was the same color as you." Like
That's cute.
like or one time she was drawing a picture of my youngest, and she's like, "No, it was my oldest." She's drawing a picture, and she's like, "Mom, I don't have beige. Can I color you the same color as us?" I'm like,
Oh, that's sweet.
Now
Oh
so
see,
forth.
gosh.
she has older kids, so they're able to understand. Me, I'm a
Mm.
new mom, right? So I'm fresh in the game. My son is only 7 months. So I'm at the phase where people are looking at me like I'm his babysitter. They're
Oh.
Kidnap the
looking at
baby.
me and they're questioning whose child is he. When I say he's my son, I get the really, like the
really.
No,
you know
not
what I
really.
mean?
I got that before.
Listen, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. I probably have it worse than anybody here because my daughter's Brazilian. So not only is she melanated, but she's Brazilian because obviously my wife is Brazilian. And I mean fresh off the boat Brazilian. I'm not talking about, was born in Brazil but lived all her life in New York. Like, no, never lived anywhere else but in Brazil. So they 100% look like that. And my daughter looks exactly like my wife. So when I'm out with my daughter, it looks like I kidnapped somebody. Okay, she looks nothing like me, and I know that every time I'm out with her and I'm pushing that stroller, I'm getting all these stares and all these looks like, yo, whose kid is that? You know what I mean? So I get it even worse, man.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, well, because you're a guy, so they're
Because you're
gonna
a man.
automatically.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. See, my
again,
so I don't really have that
insult though. Like Dale, I feel you. I hear you, brother. But the insult of carrying a child, going through labor, having this child, dealing with this child, and someone tell you that's not your baby, question your parenting.
Yeah, it's going to hit
like,
even worse. It'll hit even worse.
It's disrespectful.
Like you telling me, like it's disrespectful on a level that I can't even. Like I'm starting to try to comprehend, but it's almost
there's
like
no
I have
comprehending
to
it.
remind myself to chill because honestly, I would want to say stupid stuff to people. I would want to like, no, I went and bought him from Africa. They just shipped him over. Like I would want to say stupid shit, but then I realized I don't want to perpetuate ignorance even more than it already is. The goal is
I give the ignorance. I give it because I actually had it happen.
But I'm saying,
I give it.
Goal is to,
oh no, Tony, come on. Your
it.
son is your complexion. You don't get the same drama.
He's not my complexion. He is not
he's one shade darker than you. One
lighter
shade.
though.
He is light.
Like my baby looks just like my husband. I'm like you.
My kids look just like their dad.
My son is light, but I still get to like
nothing
is
like
this
us.
your
They look
son
like
though? I literally had his what was it? The cardiologist. I brought him there and they was like, oh, where's his mom? I said, I'm right here.
Wow.
Really, like, where is she? I said, bitch, I'm right here. And she's like, oh, I am so sorry. You don't look nothing like him. I said, oh, don't I? I said, do you want to see a picture of him coming out my puss? Like,
they are ignorant. Even if they look past the skin color, Troy looks like you. He has your features.
Looks exactly like me, but with different complexion. He has my features, but this the ignorance, and I play the supercar so well. I said, oh.
What about you, Brittany? Did that happen to you too?
And then I'm like, oh no, I'm the nanny.
She's not like me. She's not like me.
And then they was like, oh, we need his social. Can you call his mom? I said, I got that too.
Let me call her.
I was like, no, I'm not that. She's like, oh, they trust you so much. I was like, aren't they stupid? I could just steal him away.
I would do something like if I was with one of y'all, and I had a daughter, let me call your mom. I would take Krisha's phone and call myself and be like, self, hey, I think I need to get the social security number for my daughter. Do you think you can help me out?
I cannot do.
I give people what I'm with you, Tony, because I'm gonna give you what you asked.
Exactly. And then there was another time I was out with my son and my sister, and anyone that see my sister exactly me, completely no hands down. That's mine. So, oh, your daughter's so pretty, and is this your nephew or your cousin? I didn't pop that out. I popped this out right here. This is mine. This ain't mine. Oh, are you sure?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Not the are you sure?
I asked her, I said, Malia, am I your mother? And then she's like, no. I said, there you go. I ain't your mom. This is my sister. This is my child. I only claim this. Sorry, I ain't claiming two. One is fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all a question. Okay, so about in the workplace. Like, have y'all ever being out here on y'all professional out here in this workplace, have you ever received any pushback or has anything ever been difficult for you having a visual impairment, whatever the case may be, having albinism like in the workplace?
I haven't been discriminated exactly fully in the workplace. I always make sure I'm a full blown advocate for myself and anyone that has a disability. I tell them exactly what I need to fulfill this job. And thankfully for me, I don't really need too much. It's really just, the magnification of the computer. And if you send me something like paper wise, it just please be like a good 14, 16 font. I'm great.
Okay.
Besides that, I don't really need too much. But it'd be some of these supervisors that be like trying you. And I had a professor in college, quick story, like I literally gave her my accommodation form the day of the class. And class started. And do y'all know about the Where's Waldo books? Y'all heard of those?
What is it?
Heard of it, but
Where's Waldo? It's like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
exactly. So obviously, anyone that got visual impairment ain't gonna be able to find that shit. So, mind you, it's a psychology class. So she was talking about it, whatever, and then she's like, "Oh, can you try and find it?" I was like, "No, I'm not gonna be able to see it." "Oh, I think you should try and find it." I said, "No, I can't. I can't see it." "But you didn't look." I'm like, "I'm not going to look because I can't see." And she just keep going and going. I'm like, "Did I just explain to you like no more than 20 minutes ago? I'm visually impaired, damn near blind. Why are you trying me?" So she really had some girl try to come next to me to try and find Waldo in this book. I went off. I went ballistic. I tore that classroom up. I went to the dean. I was like, she discriminated against me. Yep, yes, she is. Oh, I throw that word around so heavy. Whew, you don't know. Besides that, I never had any problems.
I think for me, I guess I'm a little bit different. I'm trying to learn how to advocate myself properly, professionally. There it is, without cussing a motherfucker out on the clock. I'm trying to get there because the last job that I was at, I just feel like the second that they see that you're a little close to the screen, they start automatically making assumptions on what you can't do. I never told you that I can't do this job. The manager actually reached out to the staffing agency and made it an entire thing. Like, we don't know if she's going to be able to do this job. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to, perform the tasks. And I really had to I literally had to go to my mom and say, "Mom, how do I talk to them without
Going on. Being
going off, calling people 10 tons of bitches? Like, how do I do this? Because I'm not the best at I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I'm not the best at professionally avocation. I don't know how the fuck you say it. I'm not good at that. I ain't good at that at all. Because I want to be like, bitch, let me tell you something. Your name is blah 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 blah. I wonder because she got a really ghetto name, and I was just going to, but that's not how you do it, right? Like, right. So my mom kind of had to tell me what to say. I ended up properly advocating for myself the professional way. I know, say, but it's just for me. I guess I'm just fighting those assumptions that people will make for me that I didn't make. So what if I'm here? As long as that shit's getting done correctly, it shouldn't matter if I'm about to go through the screen. Like, who cares? Go through this.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Let me ask you guys this because it kind of piggybacks off the question about the workplace and things like that, but just in general, like, does anyone here besides myself drive? I know you guys don't, but Tony or Dale, do any one of you drive?
Currently,
No.
no. I'm actually in the process of trying to get there.
Let's see, Tony actually has good enough vision to operate a motor vehicle. So for me, I can't because I don't meet the 2070 threshold that you have
That's
to
the
meet
same
to
with me.
legally drive a car in New York. So
Same.
I can't, but Tony can.
That's me.
Okay.
Okay, 2 out of 6.
And I asked that
Well, that's
because
just one because I ain't there
that's
yet.
the
2 out of 6.
that's the thing. People have the assumption um, that everyone with albinism has some sort of level of vision that prevents us from driving, from seeing certain things and being able to sort of be fully independent, if you will. And it's just not true. And I think um, that's also something that needs to be discussed because I know there are variances to everyone's vision here, and you guys don't drive. But like you said, for me, I've been driving for a few years now, and I I was told, just like all of us, you can't drive, you can't see. Um, and luckily for me, I'm rebellious. So I'm the kind of person that if you tell me I can't do something, that just kind of gives me more of a reason to do it anyway.
Mhm.
So I realized that I could, in fact, see, but nobody just had faith in me because they only knew what they were taught, which was people with albinism are blind and can't see. Or, not even people, they were taught albinos because people, albinism is a new thing. So, if
Mhm.
you were albino, you can't see, you can't drive. Um, and like there are so many people with our condition who work um jobs in our infields and can fully operate and do certain things. Like, not everyone, like you said, everyone here has different levels of independence. Everyone here can do different things. Everyone here has different um quote unquote setbacks, if you will. um but then there are a lot of people who actually thrive and just has the condition. um I'm more on the scale that I can. Like, I have my setbacks too, but it's not anything that prevents me. Like, I work as a nurse. And so for me to answer your question, Brittany, I never told y'all this, but like, it's hard for me to see certain things as a nurse. Like, they put a lot of things fine print when we drawing up medications, and the needles are, this big, and insulin needles and stuff like that.
Do
So
you get
I
needles?
really have
I'm
to,
sorry.
huh?
Do you like
Huh?
actually like draw the blood and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Like do you,
I do.
oh
I
my.
draw blood, give medicine, give shots, and all kind of routes and ways. But what I'm saying is, I have to really, really pay attention when I'm doing that because obviously I'm taking care of someone and I can't make a mistake. So what I like to do is when I'm unsure of something, which what we should do anyway, but I'll get someone else to come in and just kind of check it and make sure that it's where it should be. So that way
Mhm.
I know for a fact I'm doing it the right way. And and because it's a rule kind of in nursing already, it's not looked at as crazy. So nobody really knows that I can't see. They just thinking that they're doing the verification per normal anyway. But for me, that's like, whew, because I didn't know if that was point 0.6 or point 0.7, point 0.5. Like, I got to make sure. Um, so it's like you find your own little ways. I think in any
Mhm.
job or anything that you do to make it work for you. Like you said, Tony, if you need just your screen envisioned, or if you need, the large print paper or whatever it is, I think we just find the ways that we can so that we can function the best way in the condition and the limits that it may give us.
Mhm.
Okay, so
That's just my.
I have one last question for y'all.
Wait a
And
minute, wait a minute. I want to know if
oh,
Q and Dale had any work or professional related experiences.
Okay, so for me, my albinism has never interfered with my job except for one instance, and that was like one of my first few jobs that I've ever had. I worked at a grocery store, and there were times where they would ask me to go out into the parking lot and collect all the carts and put them all together. But it would be really, really sunny outside. So, of course, we burn easily. So I would constantly tell them, like, hey, I can't do that. And then they would kind of talk to me and be like, okay, so you can't do the job duties. And I'm just like, well, listen, it's really sunny outside. I'm going to burn. I just can't go out and collect the carts. Ask me to do that after 8:00 p.m. You know what I mean? So that's how I dealt with that scenario.
That's happened to me too, with me being out in the sun. I worked outside, and I like, or there was a job where there was a restaurant outside and there was a restaurant inside. I kept telling these people, I can't go outside. I got my binos, something about us with the sun, it don't click. They kept putting me outside, and I ended up fainting, and I ended up getting workman's comp because I told y'all motherfucking asses that I can't go outside. What did I say? Well, now you got to pay me. I mean, this could have all been avoided.
Wow.
I'm hard headed. Ain't nobody making me go outside. Period. I ain't going to keep.
I never had an outdoor job.
I wasn't doing none of that. Like, even if my job required me to go outside, I wasn't doing it.
I'm trying to say.
I wasn't doing it. I'm sorry. I wasn't burning.
I mean, I only have to go outside just to go make home business and shit, but not actually stand
that laid me out for 2 weeks. And after that, I promised myself nothing or nobody was worth that ever again. I would. I'm telling y'all, I had skin cancer. Okay, and when you get cut on to remove skin cancer from getting sunburned, you think about it in a whole different way. You like, oh,
you damn right.
Yeah, you do.
No,
damn freaking right.
With no apologies.
Ain't nobody friend. I had it wait. My poor damn chest is still scarred.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got one question. One more question to ask y'all. The one last question for the evening. If you could talk to your teenage self, what advice would you give? We'll start with Tony.
I would say.
Well, wait, does it have to be albinism related?
No, just whatever. Just whatever.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, just whatever.
Keep your head up and stay positive and strong and embrace being different, because everyone in this world is different in their own unique way. Just because you stand out, exteriorly doesn't matter. You're still beautiful. Embrace it. Bitch, you cute.
Okay.
I like it.
Pretty much the same thing though. Like, be a little more vocal. Be more who I am now. Pretty much. Like, learn to advocate for myself.
Don't wait so long.
Cree?
Don't.
Oh, were you done, Q? My bad.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was trying to hear what Krisha said.
Oh, okay.
I would tell my younger self, save your money, protect your credit.
That's another one.
Tell that little boy no.
Yeah. Keep it going, girl. Keep it going.
I'm just saying, y'all said anything, so I'm just saying.
Anything.
Protect your credit. Tell that first little boy no. And don't wait so late to love yourself unapologetically. You will grow up to be a strong woman that people admire. So don't act like the world is over, because you can always feel like that, even when you're 33. So it's okay.
What about you,
if
Dale?
y'all know me, these three know me. But go ahead, Dale.
So the one thing I would tell my younger self is invest in Apple, invest in Microsoft, invest in McDonald's, invest in these companies right now, because you're gonna be a millionaire in a few years. And that's really it. Everything else I'm cool with, because I feel like everything in life is a learning lesson, even if it's not what you wanted.
Okay.
For me, mine. I'm just gonna go with one of my favorite quotes by Mr. Sean Corey Carter. Y'all may know him as Jay-Z, but it's
all right.
Don't listen to anybody, because everybody's scared. Because every time I second guess myself and got advice or opinions from someone else, it wasn't really the best for me. So I
That's
could
a
save
fact.
myself a lot of time and trouble if I just listen to myself. Because they don't know what they're telling me. They speaking out of fear.
Exactly.
That's
I
a
like that. I like that.
That's a
For me, I would tell myself this quote that I thought of. This is a quote that's of Brittany Benjamin original.
Hey.
To have freedom is to have acceptance, and to have acceptance is to have freedom. So I would tell myself, accept yourself early and don't hide from being great. Like, let yourself out and let yourself be you in its entirety.
I love that
I
one.
like that. That's good, Brittany.
I love
We
that.
gotta put that on the t-shirt.
Wow.
Put that on my
Can
wall.
I steal that a little bit? I'll give you the credit.
Yeah, y'all can have it.
That is really good. And if we was to hear that in our younger days, I think we would a whole different type of
A
vision we would
whole
have
different
today.
type. And
I
that's
like
why we
that.
doing this, y'all. Like, for the 16, 15, 14-year-olds looking at this podcast that are different, y'all are amazing, y'all are enough, you are worthy, y'all are special, y'all are fuck them, whoever they are.
I like to be. You're enough. You are enough. You don't
You
need
are
to be
enough.
any more than
Probably
what you are.
overqualified, but we gonna be humble.
There you go.
Exactly. Like you can tell yourself in the mirror, I'm overqualified, but to be humble, bitch, I'm enough.
I'm enough.
Yes.
So we have one last special announcement to drop on y'all lives. I'm gonna let Krisha say our special announcement.
and
Krisha,
is it my turn? Is it
it's
my
your
turn?
turn.
Okay, it's my turn. All right. First of all, before I say it, I would like to first of all thank Tony and Dale for coming on today with us to celebrate International Albinism Awareness Day. You know, every year, June 13th, we will celebrate in any way, shape, or form to get our message across that we are here. There's nothing wrong with us, and we love and appreciate you guys for taking the time out to join us and commune today. Um, and without and for those of you out there listening, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is just one of many episodes. We do this on a weekly basis. But today was a special day, obviously. And without further ado, we will be debuting
Well,
a
actually,
video trailer for the documentary that we have been working on in honor of Albinism Awareness Day. This is just our version of our reality, our Black culture, and how we feel as Black people with albinism maneuvering in our communities. And we hope you guys enjoy it, like it, comment on it, subscribe to it, share it, make it go viral, and then come back here and watch us on Tuesday when we catch up on
Come
another
back and
episode
watch us
of
on
Not
Tuesday.
Inclusive.
And you will see the official clip on our YouTube page, and we'll be posting it
Yes.
everywhere.
Hey,
Everywhere.
Dell, before we leave,
Yes.
when does you guys' show air?
We kind of
Yes,
we don't
because you
have
guys
set
have a
dates. We
show as
kind of
well.
just throw it out there. So if you just send us this link, I'll download it and I'll post it up. I'll probably do it really, really soon, just because it's in close proximity of Albinism Awareness Day. So I'll probably drop it tomorrow if you guys send me the link.
No,
All
no.
right.
Yeah, but
What
go
I
ahead and
meant
plug
was,
your show.
yeah, plug your show.
Plug your show.
Your show.
Oh, okay.
What is your
So
podcast? When does it air? Go ahead and drop your show so they can get you, follow you too.
all right. So you can follow us on YouTube at Life with Albinism Podcast. Literally just type in Life with Albinism Podcast on YouTube. You will find our page. Definitely subscribe, like, comment, share. You can also find us on Instagram at life underscore with underscore albinism. We are open to any and all guests with albinism to come on to our show, male, female, old, young, doesn't matter. Send us a DM. You can also find me on Facebook at Dale Hamilton. And last but not least, we do have Life with Albinism shirts available for sale. I'm actually wearing one myself right now. So if you want to catch the Life with Albinism shirts, we have them in medium and large, only $20 each. So, you know, you can buy a shirt, you can send us a DM, ask to be on our show, ask to work with us, collaborate with us. We are with it. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Thank
I
you,
want
Del.
to be
And I'll
rude,
put
but
all
you
those
was
links in
plugging
the
shirts,
description
so I
too.
wanted to plug my
Listen,
5'8".
I'm so sorry I bust out laughing, but that was too funny, y'all.
I know, right?
Plug in the nonprofit, girl. So
All right,
But now
let's get
listen,
to the surprise, y'all.
before
Well,
we
it ain't a surprise,
end,
but
I
I'm
just
gonna
had
try.
one question that I wanted to hear from all of y'all. And that question is, if you could live your life melanated from here on out, would you take that opportunity?
no,
Hell
No,
no.
No,
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 Wow.
That's like
Okay, it's a
starting
no
over.
across the board.
no.
no.
All
mm-mm.
right, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. It's
Didn't
a
I
no
just
for
tell
me
you I'm
too.
enough? I'm enough.
And
Hey,
melanin is not included.
girl, I
those
wouldn't
days,
change it for the world. I really wouldn't. I
those
wouldn't
days
change
of
it. I'm
wondering
And that's
loving the
are
skin I'm
gone.
in, honey. Love it.
and that's how I feel too.
Yes.
If God wanted me to have melanin, He'd have
I
made
would
me
have had
born
it.
with it.
I would have
It
had
is
it.
what it is.
Exactly.
He said you can continue to be
Me
different. I said, okay.
having albinism has actually done a lot of good in a lot of lives besides my own. So
More
I
good
wouldn't
than
change it.
bad. Definitely
More
more
good
good
than
than bad.
bad.
No complaints here.
But
All
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 right.
right,
right, y'all.
And
guys.
All
lastly, let me just say
chatter.
thank you guys for reaching out to us. Thank you guys for wanting to collaborate with us. I think this was an amazing episode, and I love the fact that we collaborated together. You guys' podcast is dope, and I'm glad we worked with y'all.
You're amazing. I love
Feeling
the
the
energy.
love.
We
Love you
All
guys.
right, you guys. We all love you to bits, and happy International Albinism Awareness Day. We will see y'all next week, same
Y'all
time,
stay tuned
Wednesday
for
at
that
7 o'clock.
trailer.
All right, we out.
Thanks.